Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. So I can tell I'm probably going to get some hate for this video, but hey, whatever. I thought I'd do it to be a bit of fun and I'll show you guys what I mean and I'll explain my logic behind this. So basically, I'm going to explain why I only do Masters on Hero Arena and why that is good enough for me. Now, just for some context, I have 8.5 mil box CC, so I'm by no means kind of I wouldn't say I'm a high level, but I'm not a low level. I can do most things. I can do all the Nidhogger bosses. I have quite a lot of like main units, at least pretty decently high duped. What's that one? In terms of, I have 6/6 Purgatory Melee, I have 5/6 Estarossa. I do only have a few, in terms of like slightly lower levels, like, Escanol's only 3/6. And I am a mostly free-to-play account. The only thing I've ever bought is, I think, a couple of gems to get 3 festivals, so I could buy a Lost Vein, so I could get LR Lost Vein. So if I do say that I'm free to play, you guys know that I'm probably not, but just for the sake of this, in terms of the way it affects my gameplay, I am free to play in every other sense of the term, right? I only ever have free to play costumes. I don't invest, I don't buy costumes. So yeah, so we're gonna do the Hero Arena, and I'm gonna explain why I do Masters. Now, these are obviously season units. Now that being said, there is a very high chance that I could do Champion. I don't think I can do top one. Can't remember what the top one is. It's a very high possibility I could do Champion. However, again, I want to explain as to why that is while we start working our way through, right? Let me just make sure the gear is good on this. And the first reason why I don't do it, it's just pure laziness. So just quickly, I'll show you guys my teams that I run. I run the Demon team for the first one, HP defense on everyone, apart from Melee, which I run attack crit just because I can, because I clear the stats. And then I have the Demon card set. So we'll get out of the way and we'll get into it. So first things first is I'm lazy. So all these are preset from my previous runs at Master, and they're all pretty much set up so I always get to go first. So that's the first reason, is I'm a little bit lazy. Now, in terms of, like, can't really go first when you're higher than Masters. And the main reason, well, that's wrong, right? But at least at a free-to-play level, you have to be you're not really going to be able to go first unless you're Masters. And one of the main reasons is because of links. You can't have links at Champ, right? So it means you're always going second. Now, what that means is you also need to change your gear around entirely. And that's just... I've invested so much in the gear that I have. Hold on, I gotta concentrate. What we're gonna do here is do... the problem is I need to kill the Margot. I think we just do that. Probably should have counted, but it's whatever. Make sure the skills, that's encroached. And this should finish though. Yeah, okay, good. Alright. So yeah, so I was talking about the out CC, right? I've seen a few guides and stuff recently where it's like, yeah, just out CC with the Demon team. Now, the Demon team is one of my most built teams. I have a lot of stuff for Purgatory Melee, Estarossa is fully maxed. It's all free-to-play stuff. They've got a lot of equipment and stuff invested in. I have Chandler's Holy Relic, I have Estarossa's Holy Relic, as you can see. And I still can't out CC unless I have links. And even if it's all with links, it's 309, right? So I'm not getting to 320. So in short, alright, we're just going to do... I'm just going to make basically, one thing I'm going to make sure is that I can max out like the heals is the main thing that I want. I want to just make sure that we get as much healing off as possible. It's just, there's going to be a lot of me repeating myself, and like I said, I'm going to get a lot of people that are going to give me a lot of hate. But like the RCC thing is going to be right, is because like going first is always going to be better in Tower of Trials, in Hero Arena. And like I said, I've seen a few guides where like demons go first and stuff still at 320, no links. So that's not really doable for anyone that plays this game any sort of casually, right? Like even non-casually, like I don't play this game casually at all, but I just don't sink hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, and I'm not even close to being able to do that. So it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. So we're gonna do that, so that's the first point, right? And then the second point is, because you end up not being able to go first, right? You pretty much need. Oh, I've counted when there's an encroached Liz on 1 HP. When you end up going second, or even when you're going when you're going second. Oh, it cancels stances even when patience. That's good to know. Alright, so this done. The next one is that, it just doesn't make a lot of sense because you then have to rebuild it again. So, you know what? I'm actually going to probably pause the video here. I'm going to go through and finish the rest of it, and then I'll show you guys my second team, do the first one. In fact, then I might come back to it. Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. You can tell this video is very well thought out. So I'm going to finish this, I'll come back towards the end and I'll show you guys the final health bars and stuff just so you can see how well I did with one team. Then I'll show you the next team, we'll do the first fight, same thing again, I'll do the third team. Because otherwise this video is going to be insanely long and I don't think I've got enough ranting to go through all of it. So I will be back in, 3 fights? So I'll see you soon. Alrighty, we're back. I just finished it. That's the final health bars. I kind of stuffed it up and I would have had melee at full HP as well. But again, it's nothing to brag about because we're in Masters, right? So we're on to the second one. I'll show you guys the team again. It's pretty similar, to be honest, to the team when I did the run through for a subscriber. Again, it's just a goddess team. So I'm going to be running attack, crit on my L, HP defense, HP defense, HP defense all the way across. The basic stat card for the goddesses, and then that's it. So what I was in the middle of ranting about was the gear, I'm pretty sure. So the gear, obviously, you have to go second, so the gear becomes crit defense with resistance rolls or crit defense rolls. And it just becomes another set of gear for the teams that you've already invested in. So I've already built it out, so it's like attack, crit, or HP defense, or the specific set of gear plus a set of HP defense, right? And it just, I always just go for a one shot here on whoever I can. So it always just ends up being just a massive another investment of how many extra additional pieces of gear is it? We've got 14s, so it's at least another 8 pieces of gear at the minimum for crit resistance and crit resistance rolls. And don't get me wrong, it's I'm not here to discourage you from doing higher, because I'm sure you guys could do higher. Like I said, I could do higher as well. However, the need to change gears and have specific strategies make this quite difficult every single time, which doesn't really make sense to me. So first things first is you're not going to really out CC unless you're a really high whale. Alright, let's just do... This is going to full heal me as well, so I'm just going to leave it with just Lilia. And it's just... You don't out CC, so you go second, which means you have to change gears. Now, by doing champ versus master, I get 15 legendary seals, right? Which over 6 weeks, goes from 60 to 80, which is huge. Huge. It's big. How huge it is, I don't to me, it's not worth it. The amount of additional effort and work that goes into building out the teams at that level, when at this point I can just use teams that I've already used PvP, right? I can have the same gear sets, I can use the same card sets, I can have it all set up ready to go for me, whereas every single time I have to switch out the gear, change it to crit defense. That's the first fight, so I'll see you guys at the next fight after I finish ranting. I have to change to crit defense, and it's just a lot of extra effort in terms of building our gear and stuff that sure is good and is it's worth it. I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the effort right now. I do. No, I don't. I don't. I could build it out and I could do it, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, life gets busy, and to have all these different gear sets and stuff when I have just masters set up, ready to go, just makes more sense to me than having to change all the gears and change it back and like lose quite often. Whereas as you can see, this is pretty easy so far, and it's a pretty straightforward fight that I can just roll through, get my seals, and then move on. Because you know, try and do my dailies every day, like I'm sure you guys do, and then I have work and I have other commitments and stuff that I want to do, and then I need to do this plus the Nidhogger bosses plus all that stuff every week. Don't get me wrong, I love this game and I really enjoy playing it. Sometimes that additional effort, I know this sounds ridiculous coming from a YouTuber, but I'm going to be realistic with you guys, right? I've never been one to be, just realized I've got like sun all across my face as I'm talking to you guys. I've never been one to be like kind of think everything's peachy, I guess, for lack of a better term. Anyway, that's my rant about the equipment gear and not being bothered to change it over. I've got one more thing to rant about. We've covered so far the fact you don't go first, which then leads into the fact you don't out CC, which then leads to the fact you don't have gears. And we'll have one more thing to chat about on the final fight that you guys will see with the team I've been using. So I'll see you guys at the end of this as well. Once I've finished it, you can see the final health bars on everyone. So I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back, and I finished the second part. This is how much health I have left. I used the Goddess team, as you guys know. And we're on to the final one. The sun is very much in my face, so I'm going to see if I can fix this real quick. Alright, I think that's better. This has been a wild video, but I'm going to edit some of this out, and I'm not going to edit some of this out, because this is the mood I'm kind of feeling in at the moment, so what's up, fam? Alright, final team. I'm actually using this team at the moment. As you can see, I actually do get out CC'd. The only reason I'm using this team is because I really like using Tear and Hell, and it's also the special season unit, so it's just a lot of fun. Usually what I would run in this instead is I would use the Sins team. So I would use Lostvayne, Deanne, then I'd use King, then I'd use Lightbarn. It's usually the team I'd use. Then I'd have the card set of 10% reduced basic stats and then HP defense on everyone I needed to till I out CC'd. But like I said, this team is just fun. I have attack crit on Freya, attack crit on Tear, HP defense on these guys, and yeah, this is just the team I use. So we'll show you the first fight. I might not do that well. I can't really remember. The thing for me is like if this team doesn't do as well, then it's still 4 teams, and I'm still fine, right? So this is kind of the part about going second that I don't love, and this is only 300k, right? As we were talking about, we weren't talking about masters and stuff before, champ before, so it does make it a lot harder. So anyway, what I was saying was the final part is that I'm not actually in any rush to. It's good for me. Disabled him. I'll show you guys this. This is always lots of fun. So I think that Mael is about to die. I think. At the very least, I will kill him. Just in case. Maybe this will go on to Margaret. Very good. Oh no. Okay. So yeah, so the last thing is I'm not in a rush. I have LR Escanor, I have LR Melly. I don't have LR Liz, but I don't need LR Liz. I can clear third floor Nidhogger fine at the moment. I have Summer Liz and I have a team that works out to be just under 300 KCC and that clears it, no worries. Sometimes a little bit of worries, but not enough to justify sinking the amount of gear into this, right? So maybe once we get a, and this is going to be GG. You know what? I'm actually going to do before I finish off, because I want to lifesteal back as much as I can. Wasn't a lot of lifesteal, but it'll do. There goes Liz. So yeah, like I'm just not in a rush. I don't need LL Liz right now. I'm at about 60 legendary seals. So that kind of does me. So that's why I'm sticking to Masters. So just to quickly recap, we've got can't go first pretty much at all. Because I have to go second, I don't want to have to bother with all the gear sets and changing it all the time and the strategies behind it. I just enjoy using the teams I like to enjoy. And thirdly, I'm not in a rush. So again, I reckon I'm going to get a whole bunch of hate in the comments, and a whole bunch of people saying, well, why don't you do it? You're not a YouTuber, you know, you're lazy, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. I get it. I'll cop it. I appreciate all of you guys anyway for watching the video. If you want, I'll do one more run and I'll show you guys at the very end what this team looks like, and if I make it and if I survive. Sometimes I do lose someone, so I'll do one more cut and then we'll finish up. So that's, yeah, I'll see you in a second. Alrighty guys, I just finished up. As you can see, we barely survived. We just got recovery sealed, and like I was actually killing them too fast to then get the health steal, the life steal back. So I kind of just rushed through it. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. It felt very scuffed and very all over the shop. So I do apologize. It's kind of the mood I'm in at the moment. So I'm not always perfectly in the right headspace and aligned and stuff. Anyway, that's all I've got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you understood my reasoning, even though it makes not a lot of sense. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.